Hello, everyone. My name is Ava Nicole Francis, and welcome to the Lineup Interview Series. I'm here with Mark William. Mark, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure. Nice to be here.
Of course, we're so excited to have you on the show. So I guess we'll pull it back to the beginning. When did you kind of figure out that like performing was it for you?
Well, I sang my first solo at 5 years old, so it's been a long time in the works. But yeah, I ultimately decided to pursue it as a career at the end of college. I had double majored in music education and musical theater, and was kind of at a decision point, and decided if I'm ever gonna try performance, I have to move to New York now and go for it. And so I did, and I haven't looked back yet.
Nice. Where'd you study?
Ohio Northern University?
Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. So would you say theater came first then before like cabaret and all of that for you?
Yeah, for sure. I grew up, and did lots of musicals in high school and through college and everything. And that's, New York is the place to do that. And,
Totally.
then cabaret and nightclub performance came along as an opportunity to showcase myself.
Cool. And you've won two Broadway World Awards for that, for Best Show and for album as well, right?
Yes, yes, my debut show, Come Croon with Me, got the Broadway World Award, and then we recorded a studio album of that material and got another award. So
Oh my gosh, look at you go. So you have, is that the album that just released, or do you have another album that just released?
no, that one came out in 2019, and we just released at the end of August my second album, Mark William, If I Can Dream, which we recorded live at the Green Room in May. And so it dropped digitally at the end of August, and then CDs just came out and will be up on Amazon and Broadway Records and all that stuff very soon.
That's so exciting. That's
Yeah.
so cool. So for somebody who doesn't know you and your like performance style, how would you describe yourself and your voice?
Well, I come from the angle of crooner. So like Sinatra, Steve Lawrence, Jack Jones, those are the guys who I kind of absorbed their style. And my first album is very much that, very much a new age crooner. But as I've developed and come to the second album, I've really expanded my repertoire, and that is still there. But there's elements of pop, there's elements of the Broadway pizzazz, and there's some of my own writing on the new album.
Hmm.
So it's a broader repertoire, but still, you're always going to get a show and some good spirit.
I love that. That sounds amazing. So both of those are live albums.
Oh, the first one was a studio album,
Studio album. Okay.
second live, yeah.
So with the second one being that it's a live album, that could be your answer or it could be a different thing. What do you think has been your most like memorable cabaret performance so far and like what made it that?
I think I have a couple answers. This most recent show in May that we recorded um, really felt like a big step forward, just in the way that I was able to own the stage and be really confident in what I was doing. I'm very happy to say that pretty much nothing of my work on the album needed to be tweaked. We had a note here and there in the band and little things, but um, I am very happy with how I did with
Yeah,
that.
that's
But
amazing.
the other performance that was really special was when Cheetah Rivera came to see my show. Um,
Queen.
uh, my manager's husband is Richard Ridge from Broadway World, and
Oh,
so he's known her since 1975. So they're good friends. They were good friends, and so she came to see the show, and I did some material that she's performed before, so it was both nerve-wracking and really, really cool. And
Sure.
to have her come up afterwards and give me a hug and tell me how, how
Wow.
wonderful, really special.
That's incredible. I love her. Who doesn't love
Yeah.
her? So, I mean,
Like,
you've performed with a lot of people, like Andrea Bocelli, Lea Salonga, Gloria Estefan. Like, how did that, first of all, how did that come to be? And also, like, what was that experience like for you?
yeah, there's been a lot of varied opportunities. I've sung backup for Andrea Bocelli and for Sarah Brightman. I'm going to be joining Sarah again for part of her tour this Christmas season,
Wow.
holiday season, um, and then some others. I've I've sung as the Voices of Liberty at Disney, and they all have all kinds of celebrity narrators. So we get to meet and work with people like Gloria Estefan and Brendan Fraser and Whoopi Goldberg, really cool people, and put on this fabulous show together with a 50-piece orchestra, and it's a great experience. So yeah, it's and Leia was in we were in Broadway Backwards together. So she was, the lead vocalist, and we were, the featured vocalists around her, which was awesome as well.
Yeah. So speaking of Broadway backwards, what does that show like mean to you personally, and how does it feel to perform in a show that like flips traditional roles on their head?
Yeah, I identify very strongly with Broadway Backwards because a lot of times that's what I do in my nightclub performances. I love taking a song that is known one way and kind of reinterpreting it through my own lens. So, for example, on the new album is The Music That Makes Me Dance from Funny Girl,
Yeah.
which, is Barbara Streisand. Nobody will ever do it better. All this stuff, but coming at it from a different perspective and with a completely obviously different voice, allows me to put my own stamp on it, and I love doing that. And of course, Broadway Backwards, the mission of Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, and and being a part of that is so gratifying. And working with people at the top of their Broadway game, like Lea Salonga, like Jordan Fisher, all these great people who give their time and talent to this show. It's an honor to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean it's such a great show and it's and a great cause alongside it. So I mean props to you for being a part of that. So you performed in pretty much everything from like cabaret to like large stages like the Yankee Stadium. What do you think is like the biggest difference for you in like connecting with an audience in like a cabaret setting versus something huge like a Broadway stage or a stadium?
Cabaret and nightclubs make it really easy to connect with your audience because you're so close. You can literally look into someone's eyes in the front row and sing right to them. And that's a really special connection. That's what makes me love doing shows at the Green Room and other places like that. Um, because I can really feel like I have a relationship throughout the hour and 10 minutes or whatever with the audience that's in the room. Um, and that's partially why we wanted to do this live album, is to try and capture that energy and that back and forth with the audience. Um, Whereas in a larger venue, you, I mean, the goal is to make it feel like to your audience that they're, right there in front of you, that you're in a smaller, intimate communication. But obviously, the person who's in row double F way back there, you can't look directly into their eyes, but as a performer, you try to project that same energy in a way that can make them feel like you're singing right to them. And it's a challenge, but it's a good one.
Yeah, usually I find that like people who were brought up doing cabaret first versus people who were brought up doing like musical theater first, they have differences in like their connections. Do you find that like you prefer one over the other in terms of like theater and like having like a broad looking out into like a dark abyss or like being able to stare someone down while you're on stage?
Well, between like theater versus concert cabaret type work, with theater, you're playing a character usually, so it's a little bit of a different animal because you're kind of in your own world. Obviously, there are times when that you're singing a heartfelt ballad and you want that to connection to happen like you do in cabaret, but um, it's a little bit different. I enjoy both quite a lot, and would hope to be able to keep doing both and keep growing in both throughout my career.
Yeah. So aside from a cabaret performer slash Broadway performer, you're also a writer and an actor, and you just did a short film. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, yeah, I wrote and starred in a short film. It's called Do You, um, and we just wrapped production on it 3 weeks ago, I think. And it will be edited and completed early next year, with the plan being to submit it for a bunch of film festivals and see where that takes us. And or we're already working on, the next projects. I have another short film that I've written and done a couple drafts of, and
Oh,
then I'm co-writing a feature screenplay as well. In addition to other writing, I'm also the lyricist on a new musical that was is going to premiere next year. Fingers crossed. We're waiting for the contract, but
on
it's called
contract.
yeah, that's called Dorian's Wild Affair, which there are two songs on the new album from that as well.
Awesome. Wow. So you're doing it all. You're doing it all out here, writing,
Yeah,
performing, singing, acting.
being a multi hyphenate.
Yeah, come on, multi-hyphenate. Do you have anything coming up that you want to promote, want to talk about?
Sure, I'm excited to do the lineup on October 7th, I think. Uh, and so yeah, it'll be great to be with all those amazing performers and Susie and Michael Orland. And then, as I said, I'll be going back down to Epcot to do the Candlelight Processional for my third season, which plays from the day after Thanksgiving through the end of December. And they just released the narrator list, so check that out. There's some pretty great celebrities on there. And I will be joining Sarah Brightman once again to sing backup for her dates in Florida in December.
Awesome. That's so exciting. Well, I will be sure, obviously, I'll see you at the lineup. And for everyone watching, if you are not in Florida or over there by Disney, you can come to the lineup. And if you're not over here either, you could live stream it. So, no excuses. You don't want to miss Mark or any of the other amazing people in the lineup this time. Mark, thank you so much for coming on and for chatting with me, and we will see you on October 7th.
Thank you so much, Ava.
Bye.